Good morning. Welcome back to What's Up Wednesday. Today I'm going to try to reel this show back in a little bit and talk more about music stuff for real, like what I'm actually working on with music, because I actually have been working on some music stuff, which is cool. And then one of my original value props of this show was that you can follow along and as I explore different marketing techniques and see how well they go. And so I'm going to talk about that a little bit too, because I have not been doing marketing techniques. So, all right. Step one, what am I working on with music? I've actually got some stuff. It's cool. It feels good. A couple weeks ago, I mentioned I bought a bunch of beats off of BeatStars for a couple bucks. That's cool. And that has really enabled some creativity, which has been really fun. Usually the parts of music that I struggle with most are making an instrumental, so making a beat. Mixing and mastering is tough, but I'm getting better at that. And marketing. So that first one, producing the beat, by cutting that out, by purchasing some beats, that's really enabled me to just do the part that I really enjoy, which is I just love sitting down and writing lyrics. It's a fun time. So that lets me kind of put the hobby back into the hobby. And so, I've been doing that when I get some spare time. Been sitting down and writing some lyrics over some beats, and it feels good. And now I've got several more songs to work with. So I still have some B-sides from Turmeric that I never released. So I'm debating whether or not to release those. And then I've got these new ones. So I started recording. One of them I'm gonna record at the studio next Monday because it involves singing. I wrote a song that I sing over, and those ones I usually want to record with a studio, usually specifically Rusty Sun Audio over here in Parker. Shout out Nick. He does a great job. I'm kind of tone deaf, and I really struggle with singing on key. And Nick has a fantastic ear for that, and so he does a great job of roasting me until I sing on key. And so good vocal coaching there. So shout out Nick, thanks for that. And so I got one of them that's singing, and so I'll go to the studio, record that, and then a couple others that are just rapping that I can record in my own bedroom. I feel like maybe there's a quality dip when I record in my bedroom, and so there's some merit to recording everything in the studio and getting everything professionally mixed and mastered. But that's expensive, man. And I think at the point that I'm at musically, career-wise, it just does not make sense to be funneling money into that. It makes more sense to learn the skills myself, kind of perfect my craft, and release more music and create more music. And maybe in 5 years, I think I've talked about you really got to work at it for a decade before you can even expect to have any solid skill base, is how I feel. And so I've only been at it for barely 6 years at this point. And so I really don't expect to have a whole lot of crazy commercial success for at least another 4 years. And that's even if I'm going for that and really working for it. And so with that in mind, I don't think it makes sense to really go out and try to have professional sounding everything at this point. It's better to master my own skills, learn all the tricks of the trade, and then in a few years, when I am ready to really go for it, if I want to really go for it, then I can buckle down, create a studio album, all of that. Anyways, so I've got some songs I'm recording in my bedroom, and mixing and mastering myself, and those are looking pretty good. And then yeah, I guess there's not a whole lot else to say there. Let's talk about marketing. I guess the thing to wrap that up is you can expect some new music from B-Boyd here soon. I'm not going to promise a date yet, but I got some songs in the works. This feels good. Okay, so marketing-wise, here's where I'm at. Things I've tried in the past that have flopped. Just social media promotion. Paid social media promotion. Coming up with some social media content, posting it, paying to boost it. What else? Paying influencers to promote my stuff. So like, all right, here's my song. Go just make a video that uses the song and see how that does. Let's see, making my own music videos. I have tried a press release recently. What else? Playlist promotion, paying to be in playlists, paying to not even be in playlists, but to get in front of curators who can choose whether or not to put my music in playlists. I feel like that's 5 and 6. Like pay to playlists is separate than the paid to get listened to by curators. And I think the latter is better, to be clear. Let's see. Probably some other things I'm not thinking of. Live shows, going to open mics, yeah, actually that's good for me to recap because some of those have been successful. I was going into this rant thinking I was going to say like none of them have really been like crazy successful, and so I'm just kind of losing steam on marketing. I think what I want to do now is just kind of buckle down and improve my music, because I think the way I feel is that the marketing schemes are actually pretty good in general. Like getting it in front of curators works. I've gotten in a couple playlists, and those are still my most constant source of streams. I'm still in those playlists. People listen to my music through those playlists, and like discover me. It's cool. So that's legit. Making my own music videos for sure works. You know, cutting if it's a video that can get spliced up into shorts, even better. You know, I have never really. I guess one thing I haven't tried is just making dedicated shorts. I did very briefly, and that did go pretty well for me. Maybe the shorts did well. I can't tell how well they converted to actual listens on my music. So, anyways, I think those do pretty well. I think honestly part of the problem right now is that I don't have music that hooks people in a widely appealing manner. You know, I think I've got some songs that I like listening to. I've got some, like a couple different songs that appeal to a couple different groups. But if I want to pay for marketing on a song to try to just promote listening to a song, then that song needs to be really commercially viable. You know, that song needs to have widestream pop appeal that just anybody's gonna want to listen to, and like you hear it and you instantly want to listen to it. You know, it's not just like, yeah, I'd listen to that, but like, oh, that's got my attention, you know. And so I kind of just want to focus on my songwriting and getting into that. I think I mentioned a couple weeks ago that I've always struggled to write hooks, and that's like, I mean, in order to have that mainstream pop appeal, that is the thing you need, right? You can't hook an audience without a hook. And so, these songs I've been writing on this round of songs have choruses and hooks this time. One of them has a chorus. I'm still not sure it has a hook. And so those are the things I wanna explore and kind of get better at. And then maybe when I'm feeling good about a body of work again, then I will pursue marketing more pointedly. But I think at this point I kind of just want to crank out some songs and have some songs that I want to listen to that are in my backlog that feel good, in my catalog that feel good. I mean, I do have songs, to be clear, in my catalog that I like listening to that feel good, but more of that, you know? That's how I feel. I just want to make and release some music right now as a hobby, kind of. I think it's very easy to turn it into work, you know, where I feel like I need to go as hard as I can on making music and marketing it, and trying to turn it into like passive income and a job. And I think that's very much like a trend these days, is that just everybody's out there trying to turn everything, especially hobbies, into passive income and a job. And it sucks, man. It sucks the fun out of it. And like, you need a hobby that's actually just fun, because that's good for you. You need an outlet where you're not just working constantly. And so, yeah, I'd like to put the fun back into it a little bit and kind of chill on the marketing, chill on the job side of the music making, and just make some music, get it out there, and then at some point, I'm sure I will want to lean back in and be like, all right, I really like this set of songs. I think it'll make a good album, cohesive unit, and I want to market it. But that's not where I'm at today. So that's the update on the marketing front. Yeah, to summarize earlier though, I do think the most effective marketing strategies that I've tried are trying to get in front of playlist curators, not the paid playlists, but the playlist curators. That's for real. Making music videos for sure, absolutely. People love a music video. I love a music video, and I feel like when there's like a good music video and the music video sticks in your head, like the song sticks in your head better, and there's like a visual accompaniment. You know, I felt like that happened with some of the K-pop Demon Hunters songs. You know, that first one, how it's done at the intro, like intro to the movie is the music video for that song, and it like the visuals are sick and they stick in your brain, like the image of Zoe smiling all slow and creepy, so sick. It sticks in my head, plays every time I hear that song, enhances the song. And so music videos, absolutely very powerful. And there was a third one, that I feel like has done me well. I don't think the press release did me very well, to be clear. Which like that sounds like a good one, and then I think it kind of flopped. I think maybe if I had a better story to tell with it. I thought Smog was my best story to date. I still think that's true. The best story that I have behind a song to tell. But maybe I didn't tell it well in the press release, or maybe it just still isn't that compelling of a story for press. So yeah. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that segment, see what are the marketing strategies I've tried. You know what, making shorts and promoting those, I think, can be effective. The other thought there though is just, I think I've come to decide that the actual thing that matters for good marketing, it's not like one particular strategy that's going to make or break you. It is more than anything just how much time, creativity, money, and effort you're willing to put into it. I think the really great marketers for music do so very creatively, and like it is another creative outlet for them alongside their music, you know. When I say this, I'm thinking of especially Connor Price and all of his skits that he blew up with on TikTok and Instagram. Like, he's having fun with those. He's genuinely pouring creativity in. He's putting a lot of time into making sure the video's good, and as well as like just as good or better than the music, you know. And so I think if you're trying to do shortcuts with marketing, it's just not going to work. I think you got to really want it, and that takes a lot of time and effort, and that is not what I want to do at this moment. But I've come to decide that I think that really is kind of the make or break factor for marketing more than anything else. It's not that there's one right answer for how to market. I think probably any marketing strategy can work if you're like really pouring heart and soul into it. And maybe that's not totally true, because I did put a lot of work into the press release for it to kind of flop. I mean, I literally crafted, like, hand wrote each email to each person. I, spent a lot of time researching each person that I was emailing to make sure that the email to them was targeted and reasonable, and double check that it was like somebody who I thought could publish an article about my thing. So, not everything is going to work either way. I think that one is one where the song just wasn't good enough, honestly. And maybe the music video wasn't good enough. I don't know. I think the music video is kind of cool. But I think the song honestly kind of sucks, which is a bummer to say because I love that song. But I think the lyrics are very cool. But one, it doesn't have a powerful hook, which is what I was talking about earlier. I need to work on my hooks. And two, the instrumental lacks. So again, like when I'm making instrumentals, that's the hardest part of writing music for me. So that's an example of where I wrote this instrumental and I didn't enjoy writing it. I didn't feel it as I was writing it. And I knew when I was done with it that I didn't love the instrumental and I'd rather have a different instrumental, but I just kept coming back to it and couldn't come up with anything new. And so I think that was a scenario where where I just needed to improve that instrumental and have a better song, and then the same press release with the same lyrics and maybe the same music video could have landed much more strongly. So yeah, I want to focus on the music writing at this point more so than the marketing schemes. Anyways, thanks for your time. This has been What's Up Wednesday with B-Boy. Have a nice week.